Let me take these glasses out. Let's see. Do a quick, very quick live stream. Not going to be here long. Just bringing some quick information just because my live streams I have not been on as frequently as I have in the past. So as you all are coming in, if you are new to my live stream, I am known in the credit and cash flow world as the queen of credit because of the results that I help people get from transitioning their credit from bad to good and from good to great. So hello as you all are coming in. Hello, glad you're tuning in. Martin is the first in from Detroit, right? Detroit, Michigan. Hello, Martin from Detroit. Um, Excuse me, my voice is a little off too. Hello, Monique. Hello, Monique Lewis to you as well. Hello, Lee, aka Les Brown. Hello to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you all are coming in, glad to see you. Right, glad to have you coming in. I'm not gonna have my countdown timer on tonight, simply because we'll go ahead and get into the topic. But I will allow you all just a couple more minutes to come into the room and say hello as well. While I'm doing it, let me know if you can hear me good. If everything's good on that end, on your end, as far as the sound and wow, the sound and the video. As of right now, right, checking my phone. As of right now, crypto, Bitcoin in particular, is at $16,446, a 5.32%, 5.72% increase in the past 24 hours. So Bitcoin has not hit that mark since 2018, right? Or those that high since 2018. So let's get into the topic of discussion. And just know if you all are coming in, I will still highlight your name as you say hello. So don't be afraid to say hello. As anyone know, the economy right now is crumbling on pillars of debt, right? Pillars of debt, printing out trillions of dollars, still millions of job losses, right? And these predictions about the 2020 crash begin to come in about 2018. If you're a person that studies the economy, right? They've been predicting this since 2018. Martin is on 2 platforms. Hello, Martin. Hello, Martin. So let's get right into this. And I was speaking to someone today about authorized AU Tradelines, authorized users, and how FICO 10 will affect that. That's planning on being implemented this year. But let's look at Bitcoin first, right? Let's see what's going on in that world with Bitcoin. Let me add this to the screen. All right, PayPal removes wait lists for new crypto service, which I think has a lot to do with the boost of Bitcoin today. And so PayPal will boost its weekly purchase for crypto up to 20K, right? $20,000. If you have an eligible PayPal account, holders in the US can now buy and wholesale crypto. The company announced this today. The firm also increased the amount of crypto that users can purchase in a week. PayPal confirmed this October, right? Last month, 21st. And it's just really has helped get Bitcoin back to the status of 2018, right? So You have this announcement from from PayPal about Bitcoin and other cryptos that it will include is Ethereum, right? Ethereum, um, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So um, you're currently not able to send crypto assets at this time to your friends or family. However, you can use crypto assets. Now, this is the big game changer, people, to pay for goods and services, right? Goods or services, or withdraw crypto assets from your cryptocurrencies hub to an external crypto wallet. So just know that Bitcoin has risen 32.54%, right? From October 21st, last month, to PayPal's announcement to November 11th. Let me say that again. The price of Bitcoin has risen 32.54% from October 21st until now, November the 11th, right? 32.54%. You also have Chainlink, a little increase at 1.18%. Ethereum 1.61%, but again, Bitcoin is at 16 or over 16,417. The biggest gains at 5.14%. So what a huge leap for Bitcoin from October to November, right? And for those people that bought in at the halving, I did make some videos about the halving earlier this year. They are seeing great returns on that investment right now. So, banking crisis. I real briefly want to get on the banking crisis. And Martin says, are Bitcoins taxed like cash? I know that the IRS currently is really cracking down on people that purchase or move their cash into coin, like Coinbase, things like that, for tax deductions, right? The Feds is in Bitcoin as well, right? You can see Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is closely tied into the S&P 500, so you know that the Feds also control the stock market as well. So it's nothing that the Feds won't be in control in. You cannot. Only way to really escape taxes legally is to get business tax deductions, right? Employees only have 15 business tax deductions, and then business owners, in particular home-based business owners, will have 475, right? So I always encourage people in particular to have a home-based business. I have not really looked into Biden's new tax plans and preparations. And that's because it really doesn't matter to me. I'm already set up to get my highest tax deductions that I can get through my home-based business, and I also have investing business as well, right? And so when you invest, when you are a business owner, or you are enrolled in a business in a partnership, specifically a home-based business, you have more tax deductions, and the tax laws for business owners and investors will not change, no matter who the president is, right? No matter who the president is, it won't change. They won't change those laws. And another thing about, I want to point out about cash, right? And you have to excuse me, my voice is a little weak, right? But that's so I'm gonna make this as quick and explain as quick as I can. One thing you need to understand about cash, people, right, is cash, this currency, is produced or made up of 75% of cotton, right? 75% of cotton. And so when people say they're chasing that paper, or hustling, or making money moves, et cetera, et cetera. In essence, what they're saying is they're still picking or chasing cotton, still picking cotton. Cash is made up of 75% cotton. And they hustle for this cash and this cotton, right, to give to their masters, right? Just a new economic form of slavery. From slavery of picking cotton in physical fields to now chasing or picking cotton in the form of cash. And so to give to their masters, who are your masters when you chase cash, right? Is taxes and debt, right? Taxes and debt. How is taxes your master? How are you the highest tax bracket, right? Is because you are an employee. Employees pay the highest tax percentage wise, right? Warren Buffett says he pays lower percentage wise taxes than his secretary. So as long as you are in the employee category, you do not shift yourself to be an employee and entrepreneur or just entrepreneur alone, right? You will always be chasing cotton or picking cotton. And you will only get 25% from your labor, right? Again, cash is made up of 75% cotton. And so what you have to do is learn how to convert this currency into true assets, right? And the thing about it is what they don't teach you in schools is many people don't know what true assets are. Many people don't know what true assets are. So I won't get into that tonight, but just want something to make you think and something to make you understand. The whole purpose of currency is to keep a flow of movement, right? Of exchange of true assets, right? This should never be stopped. The currency, that's why it's called currency, that's why it's called cash. How do you stop the currency of cash, right? Number one, you get taxed highly from it, right? Again, made up of 75% cotton. You keep 25%, your taxes and debt get 75%, right? Also, when you spend this, see, if you look at the word spend, the last three letters are END, which means to end. So when you spend cash, right, and you don't convert it, you spend it on lifestyle things, right? Things that depreciate in value. The labeled clothing, right? The depreciating vehicle, right? The depreciating vacation, right? In some people cases, the depreciating purses, shoes, Louis Vuitton, Coach, Chanel, etc. Men, their toys, their gadgets, right? That's when you spend this. And when you spend, again, it has the letters END in it. Means that you're stopping the currency. You're stopping the flow of currency because now you invested this into something or some things that depreciate in value, not things that appreciate. The second way you stop the currency of cash from flowing in your life is that you try to save it. That's another level, right? And look, this is the language of most middle class people. For example, they will say, I got a pay raise, or my spouse got a pay raise, and we're going to do this with that extra money because we deserve it, right? We've been waiting to get that new vehicle, or we've been waiting to add this to our household, and because we deserve it. And we have an extra $500 a month coming in, or $700 a month, and we're going to take that vacation because we deserve it, or we're going to buy that new luxury vehicle because I deserve it, right? we're going to invest in and going out to eat more because we deserve it. I cook 4 or 5 days a week, and I deserve now to invest to put that extra $500 into something. And that's the mindset of most middle class, right? As soon as some extra cash flow come into their life, either they spend it, right, which has E&D in it, or they try to save it, right? Save, right? And this is why we call the Bible the number one book on banking or prosperity, because when the master gave the servant talents, right, to go and invest, and the servant that he called wicked and lazy went and hid his money. He dug it up and hid it in the earth, right? And the other servants went and doubled their money, right? The one he gave 5 talents, for example, said, "Look, master, I produced 5 more talents." And he said, "Well done, you good and faithful servant." But the servant that he called wicked and evil went and tried to save this. He tried to save this. So he dug a hole in the ground and wanted to save it. And the reason why I know the Bible, whenever it's referring to money, is referring to gold and silver, right? Because no one really takes cash and dig it and hide it in the ground. The rodents would eat it, or it would soon decay or fade away, right? So he went and dug and put this gold or silver in the ground, and we came back and said, "Here, master, this is what you gave me," right? And he called him wicked and evil. Other people try to save this, and when you try to save this, it depreciates. It loses its purchasing power. Since 1913, right? Since 1913, the dollar has lost, I forgot how much percentage-wise. Let me Google it real quick. Of its purchasing power, to try to be accurate. Let's look at since 1913, the dollar value or its purchasing power. In other words, $1 in 1913, people, is equal to or equivalent to the purchasing power of about $26.29 today. Let me pull up this graph for you. So $1 in 1913. Why 1913? That's the year that the federal government, was created, right? Well, not federal government, but the feds were created. The feds and government are not the same. Most people think they are. And so now $1 this is when the dollar was backed by money, which is gold and silver. So whenever you had a $20 gold certificate, for example, like this is what paper currency used to read or look like. It would show in gold coin, $20. So you would take this paper currency, right, fiat currency, and trade it in and actually get a $20 gold coin, right? And so after the dollar wasn't backed by anything, it began to lose its purchasing power. It began to inflate, right? Because real gold and silver did not back it, or real money. So in 1913, the inflation rate was about 2%, right? And so now inflation is increasing every year, which means that the prices of your everyday goods and services are increasing, right? And this is caused by the dollar being backed by nothing but your faith. Because when it was backed by gold and silver, or when you could retrieve it for gold and silver, there was limited supply that could be printed, right? So everyone knows the theory of supply and demand, right? The least supply you have, the more demand, the more the value. The more supply you have, the least or lesser the value. So We are, and I say we, the United States is about $27 trillion in debt. Predicted that it will be about $50 trillion in debt, even with Biden's taking over his presidency. And then, so this is how you have to learn how to convert your cash or currency, right, into assets. What are assets? Any asset like the home-based business that will save you on taxes, right? I told you are chasing paper or chasing or picking cotton. You need to eliminate the amount of your labor that you're being taxed or your money that's going to the feds, right? That's number one. The rich know how to legally pay less in taxes. Number two, you need to get out of high interest rate debt, right? Anything to me that's double digit, 10, 11, 12, 13%, 16%, 17%, that's eating up another third of your labor and your money, right? Or your cash, right? So you got, excuse me, high interest rate and even higher taxes, right? And then once you can take care of those things, right? A debt is anything you have an obligation to pay somebody else. Credit is when you use, right? You use debt to pay yourself. Let me say that again. Debt is an obligation you have to pay someone else or something else, like the bank or big businesses, right? For that car loan, your house note, the credit card, right? Payment. But credit is anything you use to pay yourself. Now on the second topic, right? The banking crisis. We are entering the banking crisis. Many foreclosures, many, deferred or delayed payments with student loan houses will end in December, actually December 31st. Next year, into 2021, you're going to see masses of foreclosed homes, bankruptcies, et cetera, et cetera. So there will be a banking crisis, and banks will depend on crypto exchange like never before, right? Crypto exchange like never before. So what you all need to position yourself to do now is to learn more about cryptocurrency, learn how to make money from home. And you can look into this website to see the home-based business that I am affiliated with, how to shift your income.com. It will help you with certified IRS tax specialists to see if you're overpaying in taxes out of your paycheck, and an opportunity to introduce or educate or expose that business and those strategies to other people, especially the people who are currently not getting taxed. Federal, yeah, I put that right. No, I did not put home to shift your income.com. It's how to shift. Let me retype it. Right now, the people that are getting their federal taxes not taken out of their paychecks, but we'll see double taxation begin in January. If you know any of those people, go ahead and enroll in a home-based business. Introduce them to our IRS trained specialists, right? So they can help them can keep more money out of their paycheck, and also passive income opportunity, and also credit management and credit help as well, right? We know FICO 10 will come also next month. The second phase is expected to hit next month. Many people FICO scores will drop drastically, right? A drastic drop in FICO scores as well. And people will not only need cash flow help, but they will also need credit help as well, right? Medical bills, a lot of medical bills will hit credit reports because of this health situation, health pandemic. And so a lot of people, health expenses, possibly medical collections will hit credit reports as well. And they're going to need help with credit and cash flow. And this business can help them with both. How to shift your income.com. A lot of people right now may have a spouse that lost a job, or maybe they've been furloughed or hours reduced, and they need some type of income help or assistance, right, in the safety of their own homes. Now, speaking of FICO 10 and credit changes, if you follow me for any amount of time, that I always educate you all that AU trade lines will not be as effective as they were in the past, right? AU trade lines mean authorized users or renting someone else's credit card history, right? Or renting someone's credit history. And so the reason being is because FICO 10 will look at your 2-year credit history now. Currently, it looks at a 30 or 60-day window, right? And so Equifax, for example, Equifax, from what I've heard in research, is not even reporting AU trade lines anymore, right? Only TransUnion and Experian. So you have some people that may need their Equifax report to be increased, because what has happened is when people were added or renting or piggybacking someone else, inheriting their good credit history, they will see a credit score increase, possibly as high as 75 points by making that one move of being added as an authorized user on someone else's credit cards, right? And many people, parents, use that as a method or a way to help build their young child, their young adult child history. So when they reach the age of 18, they will already have a 750 or higher credit score, right? So they add that child as an authorized user on a good credit card that's reporting low balances, 30% or less of the credit limit. So for example, a $5,000 credit card limit, $1,500 or less balance reporting, and that the parent has paid in good standing for previous 2 years, or hopefully however long the length of time that they had the credit card, right? So someone asked me that they were added to a Wells Fargo account and it's not showing or it's not reporting. Just know that there are some right now credit card accounts that have decided not to show the AU trade line. However, right, and Equifax is no longer updating the authorized credit account on their report unless it's the spouse altogether. However, to my knowledge, these credit card accounts still are showing as AU trade line for Experian and TransUnion, American Express. Just know you will not inherit the credit history. Most people need the credit history because it's 35% of calculation of the credit score. But American Express just shows the credit limit, right? Now, some people will still want American Express credit limit if the limit is very high and they're trying to get higher limit credit cards. And so what happens on your credit report is that it will look at the highest reporting credit limit that you have. And once you try to get your own or primary credit card, it will often mirror the credit limit from a credit AU trade line credit card or a department store card that's already reporting. When I say department store cards, I'm talking about your primary department store card, like the two $5,000 credit limit cards that I recommend that people get, because you will also need primary trade lines report. When I say primary, I mean that you're not using someone or leveraging someone else's credit, right? So this is the link to one. So just know that about American Amex, you won't get the credit history. So you definitely will want the credit cards that will report the credit history as well as the credit limit, right? But if you're a person that has good credit history and you just don't have high limit credit cards, just adding or having someone maybe that has a 10,000 or 15,000 Amex, in that case, will help you, right? So everything is all about strategy and it's all about your particular situation. Barclays, just know Barclays only reports to TransUnion, but Bank of America, Capital One, Chase, Citibank, Credit One, Discover, and the only credit union that I know that does this, Navy Federal Credit Union, right? That's why I always refer to Navy Federal as the king of credit unions, right? And U.S. Bank and Wells Fargo should all report to Experian and TransUnion. Again, Equifax has decided to remove the authorized user accounts from reporting on their reports unless you are a spouse, right? Unless you're a spouse. So this is just news I want to come before you, give you some updates about AU Tradelines, Bitcoin, current situation, and just know the FICO 10 credit crisis is coming along with the banking crisis, expectingly or reportedly at the end of this year in December. You all have a great night. Here's to your health and your wealth. Oh my God, I haven't been live so long, I forgot it. Oh, well, I just been live Sunday, right? I don't think I made my closing affirmation, but your health and your wealth, here we go, your peace and prosperity, and your credit and your cash flow. Queen, credit out. You all have a great night.